Hey everybody, welcome back to SpaceBall, Season 2, Retribution. We're coming
2021.
back. 2021. This year, we promise there will be no interruptions of any kind. We're promising for the entire MLB right now.
So I mean, even if like MLB gets done, we're not stopping. Apparently,
No, we have. Yeah. So if they break, we still have to do like 20 more seasons or 20 more weeks of podcasts, even if the season gets canceled.
Yes. So realistically, we're just gonna play Ken Griffey Jr. baseball.
What did I put in chat there? Oh, my friend Brendan called it Ted Williams baseball.
Oh yeah, Ted Williams baseball. Oh my gosh.
So yes, we are back to talk about another season of America's greatest pastime.
Not its only pastime or last pastime. We survived, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Yeah, it was not the final pastime. So that's why. Oh, it shouldn't be Retribution. See, last time I said I think now it's gonna
Redemption?
be a resurrection.
Oh, fair.
We thought we'd all be dead, but
That's true.
Much like Jesus, we've all come back, and it is Easter weekend. So baseball starts when the Lord is in His house.
That's right.
The Lord, of course, in this case, being Ken Griffey Jr., who.
I just imagine
Ken Griffey Jr. actually didn't die; he just ascended.
Yeah, he is now MLB's.
And there's 3 Ken Griffeys: the father, the son, and the wide receiver.
Holy third. That was so much better.
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
So, so we're talking about baseball. This is our first episode of the season. Opening day is the day after tomorrow, so it'll be by the time this podcast is up tomorrow. It's Tuesday. We're recording this. I'm gonna immediately edit the episode, and then we're gonna be putting it up. So it'll be up for Wednesday, and then Thursday is opening day.
That means one more sleep for people who are watching until baseball's back.
Yes.
Fully back. Not spring training. None of this 7 innings like Philly. Was it the Phillies who just stopped their game?
Yeah. Well, was it Phillies?
There's a couple others.
Well, there was a couple where at the beginning they didn't know how many innings there were when they started. And I want to say it was Orioles Phillies where the entire time the casters were like, so we don't know if we're going 5 or 7 or if it's going to be a full 9. And there's a special camera for Joe Girardi where at the end of every home inning they go to Joe Girardi and he looks at his sheet and he goes, let's do one more.
Yep. And then wasn't there a walk-off? There was a walk-off where they were like, let him pitch one more.
Yeah.
And then, it was the Yankees. It was I think it was Yankees Tigers. I could be wrong. Right. I'm probably wrong. But either way, they were just like, yeah, we want to give him one more rep. And then just hit a home run off of him. And they were like, all right,
we did that last year. Don't you remember that? We did the same thing last year. And so
funny.
Spring training is great for all these fucking shenanigans.
And
it's
Mets.
The Mets. Well, as
the Mets celebrating their World Series win. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
Oh man, I gotta send it to you. It's so funny. I don't mean to interrupt you, but
you're fine.
Dude, the Mets they had over the loudspeakers somebody just like, and the 2021 Mets are your World Series champions or something like that. And then everybody's throwing their mitts up into the air and just like crowding around. And I was like,
the baseball equivalent of the future president of these United States of America.
Yeah. That's awesome. I was like, holy shit. Like, they better hope that they're a Joe Biden and not a Ted Cruz because my God. Like
or a Jeb Bush, even worse.
Who's the Jeb Bush of baseball?
In my head, I was thinking, oh my God, I'm an asshole. Fucking best ERA of all fucking pitchers in baseball. Plays for the Mets. Help me out.
Jake DeGrom?
Thank you. I was saying Now it's a fucking terrible joke because I lost DeGrom. But I was gonna say DeGrom walks up to the mound and looks at the plate and goes, "Please catch."
That's so funny. Oh my god. Honestly, so go ahead.
I was gonna say maybe I'm wrong. Does he not still have the best career ERA of any current rotation pitcher? I thought he did.
I mean, dude, he's one of, if not the best pitchers in baseball right now. Yeah. So I mean,
I'm gonna go and assume that stat is right. I got that stat like a year ago or a year and a half ago, and I'm gonna assume nothing has changed.
We're gonna say it's right. Don't worry about it.
Now, actually, I'm going to declare right now it's Zach Wheeler. He is the best career ERA. And you can't.
You knew it was a Met. You knew it was a former Met or a Met currently. Yeah, whatever.
And now he's a current Philly, and it's fine. And he's ours now, and that's our stat for the day.
Exactly, stat of the day.
Stats are bullshit. Who cares? I was listening to something that is not baseball related at all, but something about where it's like if you look at what is it like rim accuracy. Lonzo Ball is actually a better shooter than Steph Curry.
Dude, I saw some people that were just like, they were talking about how, oh God, what was it? They were talking about how Lonzo Ball was like in trade talks. Again, not baseball, so sorry.
No, yeah.
But Lonzo Ball was in trade talks. And I was like, doesn't that dude fucking suck? Like,
he's been good.
What the hell is going on?
Sorry, I should say this. As a Pelicans fan, he's been better than the other Pelicans.
It's fair.
I mean, I'm not the biggest follower of basketball, but he's been comparatively better. I mean, he's on a little bit of an upswing right now.
Versus other animals of the aviary variety, or aviary? Aviary? Is that right? Is that wrong?
Yeah, that's aviary. But
what would you say? Would you
Tyler
say
Bledsoe's garbage? He's hot garbage right now.
Okay.
To the point that we were
trying to
get rid of him, and people were like, "Well, if you want us to take him, you have to give us a pick." He's like, all right.
Yeah, of course.
He's garbage. Anyway, baseball.
Baseball.
We've been watching a ton of spring training. Long story short, MLB TV, what I get for free from T-Mobile, decides to run out, not after a full year from when you sign up, but at the end of the season. So you don't get next season's spring training.
Foolish.
So if I decide to pay for MLB TV in June, it still ends in October, but it's the same price all year. Remember how we said MLB? It's almost like they want people to not fucking watch it.
Yes, no, I mean I completely fucking agree with that. They absolutely just want people to not watch it.
It's insane. But so I tried to watch spring training, but we didn't have it because they got rid of my fucking subscription. But on the plus side, there are some other ways to view things, so I got to watch a little bit of it.
Yes.
But even the number of spring training streams was really minor this year. I mean, I know that the Blue Jays went through this whole thing where they got rid of their radio team.
Yeah, it was so weird to me, when it came to searching spring training games, to just be like, hey, by the way, I would get updates, no shit, from John Boy, and he would I would be following Talking Yanks or Talking Baseball,
right?
And they would just be discussing. They would say Yankees are going to be on the Phillies channel this week, and I'm like, what the fuck? All right, I mean, I guess they aren't going to be able to broadcast. People had specific rights, and it was kind of annoying because the Padres, who had kind of come up last year as this. Not inherently a powerhouse, but at least not at that moment. And
they're under a magnifying glass for sure.
Exactly, and that's the thing is the GM's name escapes me, but he got fucking busy over the off season with
what is his name?
But I mean that dude was dealing Blake Snell and Yu Darvish. Their ace became
AJ Preller.
Yes, AJ Preller. Their ace became a number 3. I mean, see you, Blake Snell.
Yeah.
Have a good one. I feel for you, buddy. Maybe on the other side this will happen, but like whatever. Good for him. Good for you, Darvish, too. I think it's so funny that the two the Cy Young Award winner and then the Cy Young finalist are now in the NL West.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you know what else? And I was saying this to somebody. It's like, as much shit as I was giving Jace Tingler for that whole Tatis Grand Slam thing.
Yes,
the guy is like, yes, AJ Preller is basically giving him all the pieces you could possibly need to have a successful team. But it goes to show that he's not like slacking. He's really putting these guys in the perfect positions to succeed. And I'm excited to see what they're going to do this year. But for streaming purposes, the Padres didn't have a fucking stream. You couldn't even watch their games most of the time. Whereas teams that I could not give less of a fuck about had dedicated streams. Like, why do I need to watch the Red Sox this year? I know what they are.
That's what's really funny to me. Like, the Yankees traded Adam Ottavino to the Red Sox for money and a player to be named later, which I still don't think has been named. And it's just really, really funny to me because they're
Sorry, in my head, the Yankees go for a player to be named later. It's Babe Ruth again.
All of a sudden, like a big door shows up, a la Sandlot, and it's just like.
Well, I in my mind it was all the licensing is now Yankees. You guys can't sell bobbleheads. You can't sell memorabilia bats. He's ours now.
Amazing.
You guys get Ottavino.
Oh man. No, I not to jump to postseason or not to jump to off-season 2022, but I saw a rumor that the Yankees are gunning for Corey Seager next year. And I was like, okay. Because that's why everybody is saying, well, because his year is up.
Yeah, but that's so far. You don't even know what the Yankees
are
like as a team. I hate people who are like off season next year. I'm like, off season this year hasn't ended.
Exactly.
It's like people who are saying, again, not to break for baseball too much, but it's like people who are saying Russell Wilson's definitely going to the Saints next year. I'm like, this year hasn't even happened. Like, why are you counting on this?
Yes, a lot of people were speculating, just in context, a lot of people were speculating that because the Yankees didn't do a whole lot in the offseason, which I kind of disagree with, but they said that the reason why they weren't doing a whole lot is because Cashman plans to unload on like getting Corey Seager. Like that was his number one. And I mean, I'm not upset about that at all.
Right.
But that being said, I don't like Gleyber Torres is there. Like and again, Gleyber Torres is his defense under shortstop last year.
Yeah,
wasn't great. But like at the same time, it was a transition from he was shortstop in the minors, then he was second baseman, then he was a shortstop, then they moved him over to shortstop to play, and then they moved him over to second base, and then had DJ play first, and then DJ took second. Like all this stuff, Didi left, and then all this other stuff. So for me, the dude's been moved around a bunch. Right now, he has a spot, and no spot is possible of being, nothing safe is what I mean to say.
Right.
Especially with the Yankees. Like Luke Voigt is out until June now, like May or June with the knee, with needing to have knee surgery. So Jay Bruce is going to play first, which we'll see.
You're welcome, Jay Bruce.
Yeah. I mean, dude, it was funny because a lot of people were just like, "Oh man, like Robinson Chirinos or Chirinos or Derek Dietrich, like they said they could totally stay." But honestly, Dietrich is like, I'm not. The dude's OPS is like plus 100 or something.
Yeah,
that might be wrong, but it's like it's not something substantial. And his defense is abysmal. Whereas like Jay Bruce is a good DH bat. Also, we need a first baseman that isn't DJ LeMahieu. So
and with
Tyler,
the National League losing DH, we really could not use Jay Bruce.
No, not at all. I don't think so at all. So I think that, and what I don't have, as far as those rules are concerned, I don't have an issue with that. I still fucking can't believe that they're doing 7-inning doubleheaders with a runner on second for extra innings. Like, I still fucking can't. Did you not hear about that?
They're bringing it back.
That is what they're bringing back, I believe. Last I read about that, that's
Runners
what I
on
believe.
Second, they're bringing them back.
Yeah.
Woo!
It's so dumb.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
I'm so excited.
It's so. Gross.
At this point, it's like I just get to hear baseball Twitter bitch about it. I'm so excited.
Yeah, and I mean, I get that. My whole thing is that baseball has always been about momentum.
I know your thing. Anybody who's listening to this podcast knows your thing.
Nice.
Yeah. I was saying recently to a friend, though, funny thing about Jay Bruce, I feel like Jay Bruce is the modern day baseball equivalent of the Dalton line, which is like if you are at Jay Bruce or better, you get to start. And he's been around for over a decade now. I think his first year was 2010. No.
Who was he with?
2009. Oh, fuck me. I can tell you who he was with. He's like Fitzpatrick. He goes to a different fucking team every year.
Yeah. The thing is, initially I thought of Ryan Dunn, but I was like, no.
Oh man, even older. 2008. And he was with the Reds for 8 years.
Yeah.
And then since then, no longer than 2 years at any given team.
My condolences for the Reds.
It's crazy. He was with the Reds. Or he was with Junior on the Reds. I never thought about that. That's really funny.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'd say if I remember correctly, Junior played for the White Sox briefly, and then he went back to the M's.
Well,
so I believe he got traded.
That was when he was in. Was it the M's or with Cincinnati? He did a postseason trade.
M's Reds. No, because Griffey didn't make the postseason after he was with Seattle.
No. He only got loaned to the White Sox for 3 months.
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying that it goes. It was M's, Reds, Sox, and then O's. Or no, Mariners, M's.
Yeah, but I'm saying I think he went back to the Reds after he did the Sox. Because they literally only got him because the Reds had been disqualified by midseason, and so they did a 3-month loan on Junior, gave him to the White Sox because they gave them cash considerations in return, and they wanted to send him to the World Series. Then they didn't make it either, so then he got back to the Reds.
I had never heard that.
Yeah, he literally was only on the team for the second half of one season.
That's funny.
But
that's very. I mean, that either way. What I was just saying is that after that season, I would say it's definitely possible that he had went back to them, but I would say I thought the line of succession was.
Oh, you know what? Okay, so both are kind of right. The Reds still held his contract, but he didn't play another game with them after.
Oh, okay. So he played for the M's, right?
Yeah. So after that, he went back to the M's, but he got traded technically from the Cincinnati Reds to the M's, even though he didn't play another game after he went to the White Sox.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was Ken Griffey Jr. talk.
That was another storied moment in Ken Griffey Jr.'s history. But I think, anyway, spring training stuff, I think you guys look good, honestly. What am I going to say? Fucking Yankees.
I think that the rotation looks good. It looks, as of right now, knock on wood, Cole and friends. But I think that halfway, probably about June, is when Luis Severino will be available. I know that he has been throwing. the thing is, the Yankees, like, Clark Schmidt is now gone for an undetermined amount of time. Zach Britton won't be back until May or June. Aroldis Chapman is suspended for the first game. And I mean, I mentioned Luke Voigt beforehand, but I mean, I think that a lot of things the Yankees just have to stay healthy, man. If the Yankees can stay healthy, then they'll be good.
You said this last year.
Like that's well, I mean, I said it last year because 2019 was such an unprecedented year of injuries.
That's true.
Like they made a record.
Injuries, but also a pandemic.
Yeah, 2019. I'm referring to.
Oh, sorry,
2020.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and you know what? It's also like, I don't know. I think maybe you guys will have your shit a little bit more sorted out on that front, because I feel like, I don't know. I can't explain it. I feel like you guys are gonna have a better. I think your rotation is gonna get better than it was last year.
Yes, I'm hopeful of that, because the thing is, as of right now, in my head, what I would be going through would be Cole, obviously number one, and then
maybe
Kluber. Britton doesn't. No, Britton's a closer, or rather, Britton is a relief pitcher / closer when necessary.
For some reason,
Zach Britton.
Yeah, I know Zach Britton. For some reason, I thought he was on your rotation.
No.
Okay.
I would say, but I think it goes Cole, Kluber, Monty, Tyone, and there's one other that I'm forgetting, but I think that's going to be a consistent. No, not Lasagna. He's also a relief pitcher.
I know. It's
just that'd be really funny if Johnny Lasagna was a part of the rotation. I'm like trying to think of this now.
I think this is let me say it. I think this is the year we see a good Aroldis Chapman.
Dude, I don't. Well, I mean, honestly, I don't think that he's been a bad Aroldis Chapman. I think that I think he is just consistently a wild pitch dude. Like, I think that in general, I don't know. I mean, there hasn't been anybody since Mo that I've been like excited to watch as a closer. But I would just really appreciate it if my season doesn't end with Aroldis Chapman smiling after he gives up a home run. That's my goal, honestly.
What are you gonna do, man?
Like, not give up a home run, I guess.
All right. Well, if you want to talk about fucking bullpens that give up home runs, Jesus Christ. What did we threw away an 8-run lead?
Oh, really quickly.
Yeah,
because I forgot about him. Domingo Germán.
Yes.
That is who I forgot. Dude is coming back with a purpose. Like, I just want to. I really quickly. Sorry, you were about to get to that. I absolutely will. Guess what his ERA was over spring training?
Over spring training? I have no idea. Okay. I don't trust spring training numbers.
One walk and 13 Ks.
I don't trust
crazy. I mean, you got to keep in mind that's for a dude who hasn't pitched in 2 years.
Yeah, I mean that is impressive, but I also know, like, we were.
Oh, I mean, I'm not by no means am I saying that that's like end all be all. We're see you in the World Series kind of thing.
Right.
But I think that it's good from the standpoint of we're getting like the Yankees. One thing that they didn't have is consistency last year when it came to their starting pitchers, even with Garrett Cole, even with their catchers, honestly, and I mean that genuinely. Like, so I think that for me, having that lineup of Cole, Kluber, Germán, Monty, and Tyone, I'm excited to see it, and I think that that's probably my biggest thing is that the Yankees have a lineup that should be feared. The thing is you can't just score 13 runs every single game. You got to have pitching and you got to have good pitching. So that's where I'm at.
Well, anyway, I was gonna say we gave up an 8-point lead to the Tigers last week, which was awesome. I don't know, man. It was, on the one hand, it was like nice because basically all those runs were given up by just 3 guys. Parkinson and Paulino gave up 3 each, and then Warren gave up 2.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, I can't be too mad. You know, a lot of people were getting on about, like, they were like, Aaron Nola looks rusty, and I'm like, yeah, it's fucking spring training. Like,
yeah.
And I mean, like, I like Aaron Nola. He's a great pitcher. He's not Max Scherzer. Like, that's never been his role. But
I mean, I think that Nola, I don't mean to say that I don't think you give him enough credit, because I know that you like Nola.
Yeah.
I think that Nola has, like, that dude's got some nasty stuff. I think that he has the potential to be a, like, all-time pitcher. It's just a matter of, like,
oh, I agree.
I think that I think that I agree in that, like, he's not like Scherzer has nasty stuff, and also is a psychopath.
Yeah.
For sure. So I think that the NL West in general is stacked with very good starting pitching, and that's a funny thing to say, but like NL East.
NL West is too, so I didn't know if you were going somewhere.
But no, NL East with Jake DeGrom, with Max Fried, with
Max Scherzer, Aaron Nola, Zach Wheeler,
Sixto Sanchez. Yeah, I mean, that's NL East and AL East, in my opinion, look pretty tough. Like I mean, even with the Red Sox and the O's, like they, yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that Aaron Nola is not good, but I think a lot of people expect him to pitch a style that he isn't because he's the top of our rotation. Like, they want him to be Max Scherzer or Jake DeGrom, and it's like, that's just not who he is. Like, you know, he is not a psychopath. As far as
he's relatively young, isn't he?
He's 25, 26.
I think he has the potential to do what they do, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree. In my opinion, it's just like, I think that I think Aaron Nola is the kind of guy whose ERA will stay low. Now, it's because he's pitching balls that will get hit, but they aren't going to get hit, you know, with prime placement. And so maybe it'll be an out on base. But as far as I'm concerned, who the fuck cares? It's an out. But there are people who are like, you know, if a fucking pitcher doesn't get, you know, 10 Ks in the game, do we even need him? And I'm like, yes, we do. Have you not met every other pitcher on the Phillies? We need him.
I would say that he's more of a Marcus Stroman.
I think that's
he's a ground ball. He's a ground ball pitcher.
Right.
I think that there was one. I think it was Loizaga for the Yankees. Mm-hmm. This is a random. But you follow me here. There was one game in particular. It might have even been against the Phillies. I think it was actually, where Loizaga had 4 straight pitches that went, or at least 4 straight outs that were all ground balls, and he was immediately like he was fielding them. And CC Sabathia commented and said PFP, meaning pitcher fielding practice.
Yeah.
Like that kind of stuff to me is so valuable, and people don't inherently look at that because they look at the sexy stats of just like, here's K here, here's how many innings pitched, here's how little walks he's produced, and all of this other stuff. So I think that for me, I think that there, like, I can definitely see that Nola is, but at the same time, doesn't he have like high career? He has high career strikeouts, doesn't he?
I mean, like, especially in comparison to everybody else in our rotation. Yeah, he's like got a high career strikeout. But I guess they just, the complaint I always hear is basically just that he's not Jacob deGrom or Max Scherzer. That he's not like guy who will fight to get every single K. And I'm like, we don't need that. Like, a pitcher's job is to get outs. And if he gets it on 2 pitches because of a ground ball instead of fighting over 10 pitches to get a strikeout, I'm fine with that. Save his arm. Who cares? Like,
I completely agree.
But anyway, the Phillies pitching staff is better.
I'm not laughing at them, but that was a hilarious.
You can laugh at them. Better? We got Sam Coonrod, I guess, is like cool. We got Archie Bradley was, I think, our big pickup in the offseason.
Not bad. I was saying Archie Bradley is not a bad pickup.
I'm not mad about it.
Yeah.
But otherwise, our rotation has remained largely the same. It's still Vince Velasquez, Zach Wheeler, Zach Eflin.
Arrieta's gone, isn't he? Isn't he back with the Cubs?
Yeah, but that happened midway through last year.
Did that? I thought that. I'm pretty sure that happened over the offseason.
Was that? Oh, you're right. You're right. Arrieta was off season. I'm thinking Pivetta was midway through last season because that's who we drafted to get those 2 pitches in the middle. But so we.
By the way, I apologize. The entire time I've been trying to order food, I'm so hungry. All right, there we go. I've been looking down for so long.
I thought you were Googling stats. Just say you were Googling stats.
No. Well, I mean, it makes it more impressive now that I was.
But anyway, the most important thing about our wonderful new front office here at the Phillies is they've somehow pulled off the impossible. They signed a pitcher, which is great, but they somehow kept both JT and Didi, which I did not think would be possible.
Yeah, man. I think that with Didi, the 2-year is fair. Yeah. Totally fair. How long was JT? 6 years?
I think 5. No, maybe it is 6. I think it is 6. I think you're right. It's 6.
Catchers don't give very much as far as they get good contracts, and he absolutely is deserving of it. But I think that they don't inherently get they don't get nearly as much money because, like we've mentioned before, catching, hardest position in baseball.
Yeah.
But I think that when that happened, I honestly brought it up and was just like, hey, this is something that if the Phillies, and honest to God, I think that Bryce Harper probably needs to restructure his contract. But
I would too if I was him.
But I don't say that as hey, get the fuck out of there thing. I say that as a, hey, you have Didi Gregorius, JT Real Muto, and who's the rookie last year?
Alec Bohm.
Yeah, Alec Bohm. Very they're good, but I think that in general you don't inherently need everybody firing on all cylinders. There are certain instances of things like Rhys Hoskins getting hot.
Yeah, Andrew McCutchen occasionally getting hot. And I think
Kutch is good too. Kutch lit Pittsburgh on fire when he was there years ago.
Yeah, I think I don't know. It's tough for me to say this because I'm not a multi-million-dollar football or baseball or fucking whatever player. But really, I think Bryce Harper, if he wants to get what he wants out of this, I think he has to Tom Brady the situation. I really think he has to say, look, I don't need 13 years at however many $1 million. I will take 19 years at this much to free up space right now. Because not only do I want to be here for 13 years and get paid a lot of money, I want to get a ring. And
yes.
And the thing is, now we have Dabrowski as our new president of baseball operations. And his whole thing is, I'm going to blow so much money right now. Get us a ring and then not worry about the future. So there's a time for Bryce Harper to help the Phillies free up space on the budget. It is right now.
Yes. And with baseball not having a cap, that's a different, that's a whole different aspect that I am not even remotely equipped to talk about.
Right.
But the only reason I bring that up is just because over the summer they were just like, oh, by the way, we have no money. And I was like, wait, what the fuck? Didn't you already say that you were about to, like, come on.
John Middleton's a fucking idiot, is what you need to know. Is everything from Kapler to Klentak, all of our problems really come down to, like, John Middleton wants to be the Oakland A's, but he doesn't want to hire people smart enough to be the Oakland A's. He wants to be the budget guy, but he also wants stars, and he really can't figure out what the fuck he's doing. So he's like, we should get Bryce Harper for 13 years. He'll sell a lot of tickets. Okay, well, who should we surround him with? Whoa. We just bought Bryce Harper. We don't have any more money. Like,
yeah.
That's his whole bit. And it drives me up the fucking wall. So it was kind of insane when they brought on Dave Dabrowski, because I was like, he's going to burn right through John Middleton's pockets.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I hope he does. But
yeah.
I would say I'm cautiously optimistic about how the
I was just going to say cautiously optimistic. Look at that.
I think we'll be better than last year.
Dude, you guys barely, like, the thing is...
But it was in an expanded playoff, though. Like, we barely missed an expanded playoff. And I'm like, I don't want to hang my hat on that.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I think that, keeping JT and keeping Didi, which really only were able to do because of the fact that they're both, it wasn't defensive. It was about them having bats. And, of course, at the same time they went up, George Springer went up. And it was like, okay, well, JT was like, I want $300 million. George Springer is like, I'm also looking. And JT's like, I'll take something less. Okay.
Yes. Of course. Yeah.
And,
like, what's crazy to me, also what was really funny is George Springer and Michael Brantley were going to go to the Blue Jays, but then Michael Brantley had a change of heart and re-signed with Houston.
Yeah.
I think that, honestly, I had thought about doing this, and you can veto it if you want, but give me your all-star roster halfway through the year.
Are we doing a full all-star roster or one for each position, like a Gold Glove situation?
Each position.
Okay.
Each position for halfway through the season, and then we'll just talk about who we think will.
Okay, you go first. I got to think about this because I was not prepared.
I think that first base will be Jose Abreu.
Okay.
Second base will be DJ. I have to be a homer on that one.
So this is just you're doing just AL right now.
Oh, I can do both. I was just going through. Shortstop would be what's his name? Xander Bogaerts for the Red Sox. That dude performs all the time, even if I fucking hate him. Third base. I was about to say Freddie Freeman, and I was like, wait, what the fuck?
That would be crazy.
That would be. Third base for me. Oh my god.
You froze
Am
on
I
my
bugging?
screen.
Is Vladdy first?
You froze on my screen, so I totally missed that. You say Vladdy first? I thought Vladdy was
Is Vladdy third or first?
He's third. He's third.
Okay, Vladdy. That's what I was going for there.
Okay. I get that.
I would say Vladdy or Jose Ramirez. Oh, well, shit. No, Anthony Rendon would be third base for me.
Okay, good pick.
And then catcher. I'll do the outfield first. Right field, Aaron Judge. I was going to say with a caveat if he stays healthy, but I'm not going to do that. Mike Trout, obviously. And then Clint Fraser, I think, is going to have a breakout year. I think that I think that with what he's dealing with, like as far as just like what he's going up against and like how he's been doing really well.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think that like Michael Brantley could possibly sneak in there. I believe George Springer is a center field, but he's not fucking touching Mike Trout. Nobody's touching Mike Trout.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I honestly think that we'll probably see Clint Fraser as an all-star as well. I'm just going for the starters.
Mm-hmm.
Catching, man, fuck it, Gary Sanchez.
Sanchez, I knew you were gonna say that.
I like the thing is he's looked. I mean, you like it's like I'm gonna take a dig here and just say it's like the Snyder Cut, like.
Okay.
Justice League theatrical version sucked ass. So like people saying like, "Oh man, Snyder Cut is so much better." It's really not hard to be better. Like
right.
when it comes to what you had already gone up to, and that's kind of how I feel about Gary Sanchez right now. As far as other AL catchers that I can think of, like Yasmani Grandal, like Salvatore Perez,
yeah.
like, or Salvador, excuse me. Like, yeah, man, I don't know. Like, I would say, because I'm looking through some people here where it's like, obviously, like, yeah, I mean, those two are the only two that I would say that like could take that spot. I think that this year is either a make or break. It's a make or break year for Gary, and it's a make or break year for Judge.
Yeah.
Because Judge with the consistent injuries and Gary just playing like absolute dog shit last year to the point where he was benched for the postseason, and everybody was like, "Why was Gary benched?" And I was like, "I mean, did you forget why he was benched?" Or
yeah.
And as far as starting pitching, I think that Garrett Cole had a shitty year last year, considering. As far as starting pitching, I would say, I can't think of his name. Chicago White Sox pitcher. He was the only one who pitched a no-hitter last year.
Oh, fuck. What is his name? Shit.
Lucas Giolito. Giolito. I think that he's going to be on there as a starting pitcher. I think that Garrett Cole is possible to be. Hyunjin Ryu.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler Glass now. Like, I know that I keep just naming AL East pitchers, but like,
but you're right.
I don't. But yeah, I mean, of course. No. What? Are you sure, dude?
Yeah. All right, I can do an NL one. I think I figured out my NL list.
Yeah, go for it.
First of all, I think the catcher's going to be JT. I mean,
yeah.
The only other option I could maybe foresee would be like
Will Smith,
maybe Austin Nola, but he's not healthy anymore.
No.
He just got injured.
No, and I mean, not for nothing, dude. As far as fantasy tiers, JT is number one, and literally nobody else is there. So like,
yeah. And then first is going to be Freddie Freeman.
Yeah. Yes.
I think, weirdly enough, second will be Justin Turner.
He's third baseman.
Justin Turner's not a third baseman. Is he?
Yes, he is. Certainly.
He's listed on the Fantasy Pros as second baseman. That's weird.
It's really weird because Kike, unless they're moving him over to second, but Kike as well as that'd be fucking super weird.
Yeah, well then, I mean, that isn't. You know what? You're right, because Max Muncy's listed as second.
Yeah.
Okay, well then I guess it would be Max Muncy, or maybe Ozzy, or maybe Ozzy Albies.
Ozzy Albies. That's a good.
It'd be one of those two. And then shortstop's going to be Tatis.
Yes, I was thinking Corey Seager, but yes, that makes I don't know how I forgot about Fernando Tatis Jr. But face of baseball. But
and I would say third now because you put Justin Turner there. Justin Turner maybe, but I think honestly Manny Machado.
Nolan Arenado.
I think
He's with the
Machado. I
Cardinals.
think Machado has a better year than Arenado.
I don't think that's horrible. I don't think that's horrible to say.
I think not Arenado's fault by any means. I just think that I just anticipate the Padres exploding. Like, I don't think there's much you can do about it. Whereas St. Louis is good, but they're not like stacked.
I think that St. Louis in this regard, like, I think that Arenado is something to where we might see the bullshit that we had to deal, that at least NL people had to deal with in the aughts, in the tens with the Cardinals in the playoffs for sure. Do I think that they will win it all? It's possible, man. Yachty magic is insane. That fucking devil magic will do some crazy shit. But that being said, I don't think that's a horrible pick. I don't think Machado or Justin Turner or Arenado are horrible picks. I just actually really enjoy watching Nolan Arenado play.
What is crazy is on Fantasy Pros, they list Alec Boehm above Justin Turner, which I think is nuts. Justin Turner's like 10. Alec Boehm is 6. And then the top is number 1 Manny, number 2 Nolan Arenado, and then number 3 Eugenio Suarez. Which I can't say I agree with, but who knows? Maybe they might be going off new spring training stuff that I'm not aware of. Right field. I don't know. Okay, here's the thing. I don't know how this is going to work roster-wise because of the fact that the Dodgers and Phillies both have no idea what an outfield is. Right field will either be Bryce or Mookie.
Okay.
And then center field will either be Mookie or Acuna.
Mookie would be right field considered.
I would say that too. But he's listed as center field.
Yeah. But what happens when it comes to all-star voting is that there's just one position. So Mookie would have played right field at that point.
Well, I'm only saying because I don't know what he's going to play this year. The same with the Phillies, because the Phillies have 4 center fielders.
Oh yeah. I mean, realistically, I think that they aren't going to put Mookie in center because Mookie is consistently right field. Like it's like everybody having like the Yankees. Like they have Brett Gardner, Clint Fraser, Aaron Judge, Aaron Hicks, and Giancarlo Stanton, to where like they're all very high impact players. But like if we're talking about it, there are 3 left fielders in Brett Gardner, Clint Fraser, and Giancarlo Stanton.
Then it would probably end up being Mookie and Acuna.
Yes.
And then I think left field will be Christian Yelich.
Yeah, that's fair. I
understand your point for Juan Soto.
Oh, dude, I was just about to say Juan Soto, honestly.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, Juan Soto is, I think it's the same thing as Manny Machado. I think Juan Soto is a better player, but I think Christian Yelich maybe has a better surrounding cast this year.
It's possible, man. I think that he had such a dud last year, and especially amidst like the cheating scandal, and then the Yu Darvish, Christian Yelich like little interaction, which was hilarious, mind you. The fact that Yu Darvish wasn't even like talking shit, and then he was just like, fuck you, I could hit off you any day. And then Christian Yelich's average was like 175. Again, shortened year, but still bad.
Yeah. And then I would actually say Black Sheep, though, on that is like, because Juan Soto is great, fucking untouchable. Black Sheep, though, Marcelo Zuna is also another good pick, who I think it's tough because. I guess he would be left field. There's no DH this year. Last year he was a lot of DHing, but this year he's definitely going to be left field.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's fair.
He had like kind of a way better year than I expected out of him. And then also fun ones for left field, I think, are Tommy Pham. And then right field, I would love to see Charlie Blackmon pop off again.
Dude, it's so crazy to me that like these Rockies players just go to the Rockies just to go elsewhere. Like people are talking about re-signing. People are talking about re-signing Trevor Story,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, people they're just like, oh, the Rockies are in talks to re-sign, and I was just like, you just fucking pissed away Nolan Arenado. Like, what do you like?
It's so
what
funny
is...
to me though, because it's like I've never seen a team who fire sale, like have a fire sale for
Yeah,
no reason at all.
not at all.
It's like
Like,
it's like
Nolan was.
it's like if you had a garage sale and then you were like, "What's this for? You moving?" Is like an estate sale. It's like, no. It's like, "Oh, your house is too cluttered." No, actually, I had a garage sale 3 weeks ago too. It's like, what are you
Like,
getting rid of all your shit? These are your baby pictures. What are you getting rid of these for?
Yeah, man, and it's so funny to me because Nolan Arenado was very vocal about being like, I plan on winning here.
Yeah, he wanted to stay. And
like,
fucking why?
It's just so goofy to me. But like, at the same time, like the Yankees have done, like, every team more or less. Well, I don't know if the Yankees have done something that. That would be like when the Yankees re-signed A-Rod for like $10 million and then tried to trade him to like the Mariners or something. Like that's like that would be the equivalent that I could think of. But yeah, man. I mean, I just don't get it. And the thing is, the Rockies are the only team that consistently does that. I really hope my Discord doesn't.
And right now, the Marlins, I guess.
Oh, it's true. Yeah, the Marlins at one point had obviously rest in peace Jose Hernandez.
Sure.
But man, my Discord's gonna bleep. I'm sorry. For some reason, my streaming mode isn't available or isn't on right now, and people are blowing my shit up. But at one point they had Christian Yelich, Giancarlo Stanton, and Marcell Ozuna on the same squad. As well as the thing is, people were even saying if Jose Hernandez hadn't died, like the Marlins would have definitely been in the playoff picture for sure, and that's fair, man. That's totally fair.
All right. I'm gonna cut us off because we're getting close to an hour.
Yeah, go for it.
So I want to talk. I want to give each. Oh, go ahead.
Pitchers.
Oh, fuck for the National League. I mean, everybody we already mentioned. I think Wheeler makes it on there. I think Noah makes it on there.
DeGrom.
Clearly, DeGrom, Scherzer,
Bauer?
Darvish, Bauer,
Snell. That's a tough one, man.
And then, of course, that's not even just counting every single pitcher on the Dodgers.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck. Like
Walker Buehler, Clayton Kershaw, Trevor Bauer.
Justin May.
Yep. Fuck.
I said Justin. I meant Dustin. Sorry.
Dustin. I actually thought you did say Dustin.
No,
May.
I still got Justin Turner on the mind. Dustin May.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean that's a lot of pitching.
Yeah.
And all of them are great hitters too. Little known fact.
Yeah. Anyway, as you were saying,
I want to give each one of these stories like no more than 10 seconds. Okay. Okay. I just want to say, something I forgot about the Phillies. We dumped Scott Kingery. He's in minors as of this morning. He's been sent to AAA. So did Jojo Romero. Sad to see him go. I hope he gets pulled back up to crush more shit against his fucking forehead or whatever.
That's actually wild that he was one of the better players.
Yeah, I think, and I think honestly, I think he'll get pulled up. I really think that it was a What?
Go ahead, finish your thought because I'm going to say something.
I was just going to say I think it was more of a managerial game plan decision than a mark against his performance.
We have to put this on here. The Yankees fucking gave Davy Garcia best rookie performance in spring training with a watch, and now they sent him down the minors.
That's awesome. That's fucking
his
hilarious.
face is just like what the fuck? Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, he's gonna be back for sure this year, I think. But man, that's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Stuart mentioned this earlier. Blue Jays firing their whole radio team. Fuck you. That's all. They're just simulcasting the audio from the TV broadcast. Garbo. Yep. That doesn't make any fucking sense. But whatever. Seattle Mariners. They're gonna be great. Not a news story, just an opinion. They're gonna be so good, dude. They're gonna kick ass. Kyle Lewis is gonna have
Kyle Lewis is one of those that could be a black sheep for the All-Star game. I think
for the outfield. I think so too.
not a black sheep, but a dark horse.
Well, either. I mean, Seattle Mariners, black sheep, still the same thing.
Fair.
Kyle Lewis, batting 500 is my
Jesus.
batting 500, 50 home runs.
Oh my god.
I think that's all the stories I wanted to talk about. And yeah, every single Padres trade. What the fuck? Anyway.
Yeah, dude, they got busy.
Insane. Tommy Pham got stabbed. He's fine. They kept Profar. I don't know.
Yeah. Holy moly.
Yeah, I don't know. That team's going to be insane. Which brings us to our predictions for the end of the year here at the end of the podcast. Now we're going to talk about who we think is going to make it all the way to the end of the show. For those of you who don't remember how this works, we each get a first pick and an alternate pick for each league, and then you can say who you think wins it. So, Bobby, have you thought about yours yet?
Oh
wait, I want to throw in. We're not allowed to pick our own teams this year, I've decided.
Okay. I would say honestly between I think that it's definitely possible that it's going to be the Mets and the Rays.
Okay. That's your first pick? Or is that your alternate?
Yeah, honestly, I think that the Mets and it's a bit out there for sure.
I like that. I like that. That's a fun pick.
I think that the Mets are Cam. When Cam watches this, my buddy Cameron, he's gonna love it. But I honestly think that the Mets have the pitching staff to be able to outlast everything. Mm-hmm. If you asked him, my buddy, he would say that they have zero idea how to close, which is fair.
But they're not the only team that has that problem. So it's like
exactly at the end of the year. They're like the closer that I can't remember his name for the life of me right now, but the closer that they'd gotten from the Mariners when he was like lights out,
right,
had steadily become better. They got Pete Alonso, they got Frankie Lindor. They have been consistent. I'm certain there's some Mets player that I'm forgetting right now.
Cespedes?
Cespedes isn't with them. Remember, he pieced it.
But is he not coming back for this year? I thought it was a 1 year break because of COVID.
I think this was his last year, dude.
Was it his last year on contract? I didn't even know that. I thought he had another 2 years.
That's why everybody was like, "Yo, what the fuck?"
Oh, that sucks.
Sure. But let's take. Let me fact check myself real quick. Yeah, he's a free agent.
Damn, that sucks.
There's somebody else that I'm forgetting with the Mets, and I apologize, Mets fans. I'm a Yankees fan, but I will try my best. Their black jerseys are tight as fuck. Mm-hmm. Also a big reason. And then for the AL, I think that the Rays, yes, they lost Blake Snell, and yes, they lost Charlie Morton, but they still have Tyler Glass now. Still a very good, very, very good pitcher. He got fucking blasted in the World Series, but I think that was just incredibly weird because the Rays stuck to their game plan in the worst possible games, and then they didn't stick to their game plan in other games where it was 5 innings, you're out. You know, the first game, I think it was Kirsch in Glasnow that started, and Kirsch did really well, and Glasnow did really shitty.
Yeah.
I think that Randy Arozarena is very, very good. I think that he sucks as a person, apparently, with what happened over the summer.
What, a professional athlete?
Sucks as a person? Right? What? That's crazy. But they have a lot of really good. They have a lot of really good players that they can consistently especially with the payroll. I think that if I can't choose the Yankees, I would say that it's either going to be the Rays. Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be the Rays. the Angels are a dark horse, but again, I don't think that the Angels are going anywhere. Okay, honestly.
So who are your alternates then?
My alternates, and they can't be my team, correct?
Still not your team.
Okay. My alternates would honestly be the White Sox.
Good pick.
And White Sox and the Dodgers. No.
Okay.
Yes, Dodgers.
Okay. I already know what was going through your head when you stopped yourself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Which leads me to mine. Oh, wait, sorry. Did you want to say who you thought would win between the Rays and the Mets?
The Mets.
In how many?
5.
Okay. All right. I think it's going to be Padres and Yankees. And I say Padres in 6. You okay?
That's Yankees Padres.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It is. I can't believe you guys killed Tony Gwynn live on TV.
It's so funny to think about that because he talks about Tony Gwynn would talk about that, and he was like, we may not have won, but I got to play the World Series at Yankee Stadium. There's nothing better. And I was like, that's cool. Sorry, but that's cool. Like,
I think Padres in 6 over Yankees is my actual thought. I think Dodgers are a great team, and in some ways they are the better team. I think
everybody likes an underdog story.
Here's where I think my thought about the Padres versus the Dodgers this year in the West is, who does it take longer to get figured out? Where it's because the Dodgers are a good team that relies heavily on pitching. The Padres are a great team that has some good pitchers. And if all of a sudden, second year in, the rest of the National League figures out Dustin Turner's game, if Kershaw declines anymore, I think we see that the pitching staying power of the Dodgers doesn't hold its own throughout the rest of the National League. Whereas on the other hand, if 2 players on the Padres slump at the same time, they're fucked. Like, I need to know who gets got first.
You're playing with fire, but I like it.
Yeah, so I think they're both pillars on the beach. I'm waiting to see which one collapses first.
Yeah. Only thing I would say is you did your Dustin Justin thing and you said Dustin Turner. Who are you referring to?
Dustin May.
Okay. I don't even know if he makes the rotation, dude.
I think they already announced he did.
I mean, I might be wrong, but I would assume their pitcher would be Walker Buehler, Clayton Kershaw, Trevor Bauer, and then I would say
I'm curious
maybe
to know how Trevor Bauer does. Also, I mean, clearly the guy had a great last 2-3 years, but people forget that prior to that he was a very middling pitcher, and I want to know I guess I shouldn't say if he did. I know he did in some ways, but how it's going to benefit or denigrate him to be in the NL West.
What I've seen from a lot of people, and that is a tough division, but what I've seen from a lot of people is just like, you want a Cy Young in half a year, and I was like, that's kind of lame.
I don't think that's fair. I think that's
I agree. I'm agreeing with that. Like, that is lame. I don't think that it's. I don't think that the discussion. I don't think that it's lame that he won a Cy Young in half a year.
Right.
You play the game. They won. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, the World Series counts and the fucking Cy Young counts.
Yep. World Series. Like, there were years where, like, you would have been Yankees Expos, but like it didn't because of the strike. It is what it is.
But,
I think that, barring my opinions of Trevor Bauer that have shifted, personally. I think that this year is definitely a make or break to whether or not, because I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Corey Kluber, who's on the Yankees now, won the Cy Young with the Indians, and Trevor Bauer was playing with him. There's a lot of different factors. Not to say that the only difference that I'm saying this is that Trevor Bauer was on another team with other good pitchers too. Right. I don't mean to say, because like he was obviously the Reds ace last year. He was the best pitcher in Cleveland that I can recall. Obviously Shane Bieber is the best pitcher in Cleveland now, but I think that we'll see, but I mean, having an elite pitching staff like that, and also like not to discredit your statement of good players with great pitching. Dude, they got some great fucking players. Like Mookie Betts, Cody Bellinger. Like
they definitely have. Like I'm not saying because with Cody, yeah, they got Turner, Seager, Bellinger, Mookie, Muncy. They got bats. I'm not saying they don't, but I'm just saying it seems like all their managerial decisions are based on their pitching. Like that's always been sort of their pitching forward team, which is good. They fucking won a World Series. I'm not doubting that. I just know that I'm not saying like 60 games doesn't count, but in a 100+ game season,
we'll see. Yeah.
Your game plan might get figured out before the season is over.
Oh yeah, I think that the reason why you saw the Yankees make it to the ALDS, but like make it to 5 games with the Rays, and the reason why you saw teams like the Astros is that, and I mean this might be a little bit of like fairy dust magic bullshit, whatever, but like they were trained, like the Astros, again, I fucking hate them, but like they were trained and they were in that spot before. And not only that, they had people have like mid-season strides very easily. So the fact that it was only the 60-game season and then they got into the postseason and got hot, that really is that's all that matters when it comes to that. Is right. you gotta be seeing the ball then and only then. You can't be like there can't be any room for mistakes, because you consistently see that. And then you get teams like the 2019 Yankees, or you get teams like the 2017 Indians, or these teams that were just like breaking records and just doing all these different things, and then, or even the Minnesota Twins of whatever, and I mean not to, as a Yankees fan, not to dunk on Twins fans, but like it really, truly, like they haven't won a postseason game in like just over
kryptonite.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, not even us. The Astros beat them last year. It's just it's crazy. It's crazy to me. I mean, more so the Yankees. It's majority of the time the Yankees are beating the Twins, but like it's just insane to me that that's how, like, you see these teams with such potential. Even the Dodgers of 2019 too. Like you see these teams with such potential, and then all of a sudden they just peter out when it comes to the postseason. That could easily happen to the Padres. That could easily happen to the Dodgers, to the Rays, to the Mets, whomever, especially the Mets. But that's you. People don't understand how fucking risky of a pick that is.
Yeah.
But I'm going for it. But yeah, and your second pick. Sorry, we kind of derailed.
I think Dodgers are my alternate. They're the clear alternate if I'm picking Padres for the National League. And then I think Blue Jays. I think the Blue Jays, I said this before last year, I think they are a respectable young team. And
they're only going to get better.
And it seems like, especially in this offseason, the way I've been looking at it, I mean, like, it just seems like their players are really dedicated. I mean, like, lots been said about Vladdy's weight or whatever. But, like...
Yep.
But, seriously, the guy went and was like, I had a slump. I'm going to go play a whole winter league. Like, I'm not going to take a vacation. I'm going to fucking work. And, I mean, clearly they still got Bo Bichette, Kevin Biggio, Gurriel.
Just got George Springer added.
Just picked up George Springer.
Wait, did they pick up Gurriel?
No. They had him at the end of last year.
Who?
No, they had Gurriel. They don't.
No, what's his first? Okay, yes, that's what I was getting at.
Yeah, no, they have Lourdes Carrillo.
Not Yuli. Not Yuli. Yeah, I was like, yeah, gotcha.
Sorry, yeah, no, they got Lourdes Carrillo, and then, but they did pick up George Springer. They got Teoscar Hernandez,
Robbie Ray,
and then their pitching is still good. You know, they got
Robbie Ray is a very good pitcher.
Yeah, Hyunjin Ryu's is still on there. I think, fuck, they're good.
No, I completely agree with you. I think that we will see, and I'm not saying this to be like funny, haha. We'll see, and this sounds so superstitious, but like the weight loss for Vladdy, like we'll see if he's lost some power. We'll see how, I mean, people change in general when it comes to stuff like that. So I don't mean to sound like tinfoil hatty.
You're right.
But
I think, and the thing is though, I think also, this is so weird. I follow the Blue Jays stuff pretty closely, but it's like, I just wonder how much of this is going to be, they had a good year last year, and I wonder how much of this is going to just be like hot air underneath the wings. Do I think Vladdy's fucking weight loss is gonna change the team dynamically? No. Like, he might be a faster runner, but less depth of a hitter. Okay. But are all these little changes the players are doing, is it a morale thing? Will they be like hot in the clubhouse? That's, I think, what that team has that a lot of other teams don't.
Baseball, always about momentum, and if you can have that like type of team that can be special, that can like have that like, hey, next man up kind of thing, then like you're more or less a majority of the time you're set. I think that we're gonna see a crazy we're going to see a crazy AL East. We're going to see a crazy NL West and NL East. Fuck it. If I can, do you think that we can make quick predictions about the divisions?
Sure. I think, starting with the AL, I think AL East goes to Yankees. AL Central...
to help you with Twins, White Sox.
No, I mean, I know who's in it. I'm just trying to think. Okay. I think White Sox, I guess, is what I'd say.
Okay.
I woke up. The other thing that happened to me when I woke up the other day, I kept having a brain. I was like having a panic attack about which one's Ian Anderson and which one's Tim Anderson. And then it took me 20 minutes to go.
Then you were like, shit, Nick Anderson.
No, I had no idea about Nick Anderson. Fuck. No, I was like, Ian strikeout guy, Atlanta Braves, that's it. And then I went back to bed. I don't know why that was so important to me at like 3 a.m. So I would say White Sox take it in the Central, and then I think Seattle Mariners take it in the West. No, man, I would say Angels. I think I'd say Angels in the West. I know that's a dangerous pick, but I feel
that was the only thing that I can think to I mean, I was literally going to say Yankees, White Sox, and Angels. Angels, the thing about the Angels for me is that if Shohei stays healthy and goes two-way, like, that's cool.
Yeah.
Only person who I recall doing that was Bambino, or at least doing it successfully. But again, I could be fucking wrong about that. At least that's the one you always hear. I think that, I mean, as much as it pains me to say it, the Astros are still the Astros. The only difference is that Justin Verlander.
And now George Springer.
I was about to say Jason. Justin Verlander is still with them. George Springer is not.
Yeah.
Justin Verlander is just still injured from the Tommy John surgery. It's fucking
sorry. Yeah, I guess I just meant guys who weren't playing. No, you're right.
Yes. But... Yeah. And we've also got. I mean, they still got the 2017 thieving MVP. They still got no shaking your head there.
They've
still got Carlos Correa, who talk shit, but he backs it up.
Bregman.
Alex Bregman, Michael Brantley. Like, they still got, and then, I mean, they still have Yordan Alvarez, the Rookie of the Year in 2019. Mm-hmm. They got people. The main concern is just if they can continue to go for it. I mean, I think that Seattle is definitely a dark horse, but I did like a very, 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 very slim chance.
I think it really comes down to Angels or A's. I think those are actually who I would say get. I mean, like, I know that there is
A's lost some people, but yeah,
I know there's a case to be made for the Astros, but I think I'd maybe put A's above them.
That's fair. I think that they just re-signed McCullers, so good luck with that one.
But Mariners are gonna take it. So
then NL for you.
NL for me. Yeah, I think Padres in the West.
Damn.
That's just a toss-up. Like, between Padres and Dodgers, it's gonna be one of them. Like,
yeah,
I don't foresee the Giants.
The Giants just
I don't foresee the Giants like fucking destroying everybody, and then you have
the Rockies and the fucking
Diamondbacks.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not gonna be either of them. In the Central, I can see the Cubs doing it, actually. I'm not sure if that's a smart pick, but I think maybe the Cubs.
They haven't lost. The only person they lost was Kyle Schwarber that I can recall. They just picked up Jake Arrieta again.
And he's going to be great.
He probably will, honestly.
I bet you he will. I bet you he leaves the fucking Phillies and has a fucking ERA of -7 or some bullshit. But yeah, I think that Cubs I could see doing well enough to win their division, but not getting far in the postseason.
Mm-hmm. Just like last year.
Yeah, and I think for the East, I would say maybe the Mets.
So what I think is Dodgers for sure. I think Cardinals. Okay. And I think honestly, I think Braves. I think the Mets will be going in as a wild card.
Yeah, you know what? I changed my mind. I think Braves get it. I think Braves get it again.
Because I mean, the Braves only lost. I could be fucking wrong, but the Braves only lost, from what I can tell, and without looking it up, I think they just lost 2 pitchers.
Yeah.
Still good, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, they've still got bats. I don't know. I feel like the NL East is just such a black box in comparison to the other divisions. Like, I feel like every one of those teams is like good, but none of them are congruous. Like,
yeah.
Because like, I'm gonna say it's the Braves. Next thing I know, like Sixto Sanchez will pitch like fucking 3 no-hitters, and the Marlins will fucking rake everybody. I don't know.
Yeah. I think that the Marlins are. I honestly think that every team has an arguable shot for.
Yeah.
Not every team has an arguable shot for the division.
Maybe not the Nats. That's the only one I can think of.
I think that the Nats actually are like. I mean, they're pretty good too. But yeah, I mean, honestly, dude, Juan Soto fucking star. But I think that they're all a pretty good argument for a wild card possibility.
Yeah.
I think the 2 front runners you will see are the Mets or the Braves as far as the division is concerned.
Yeah.
And the thing is, this is Mets just going off of spring training and just going off of pure star power. I could totally be fucking wrong, and Jake DeGrom could win the Cy Young, but they could still not even remotely make it because that's what the Mets do.
Yeah.
But on paper,
I feel like I don't know. I think that it's hard to deny that the Braves are just such a consistent team.
Yes.
Like, when you're going into a game and they literally beat people like 10 plus points, I'm just like, even when you lose, it's close, and when you win, it's fucking unreasonable. And like, you're right, because I think if you look at the Mets, like recently, spring training and some of the people that they've got on their roster now on paper, you're like, oh, that's a fucking star team. But then I think about the fact that theoretically the same thing should be true of my own team, and I go, I don't trust it.
Yeah, I've been here before.
Yeah, whereas the Atlanta Braves have a roster that is almost exactly the same as the roster that took them to the postseason last year, and I'm like, okay, I trust that more. Like, I think that I would change my mind and say the Braves take the division.
Also, did you see Steve Cohen's tweet? Oh, you sent it to me. That's right.
Yeah.
You said that to me. Oh, it fucking killed me. For those of you who haven't seen it, it's a fucking tweet where Steve Cohen says, I really like that Frankie Lindor. I hope he signs with the Mets or some sort of it. And then Cespedes Family Barbecue said, I hope he sees this, bro. So funny.
That's yeah. I'm sure. I mean, you saw it. I just looked it up when you told me he wasn't re-signing and I looked it up. He's apparently in Cuba.
Yeah. Yep.
So I don't think he has any intention of coming back.
No, man. I don't think that. I don't think that he should or anybody would take a chance on him after he straight just bailed on their team on the Mets. And honestly, I think that he was a piece to where they could have definitely been. It could have definitely been like a contender last year if he would have stayed because he was doing pretty well.
Yeah,
but
I mean, anyway, so that's our episode. Are we excited for the opening day? I cannot wait to get real drunk and watch a lot of baseball.
It sounded so disingenuous at first.
No, I really am excited. I'm just exhausted.
I can't. No, I feel you on that, man.
Okay, last segment of the day, which is of course WWJD. What would Junior do? Look, Junior's gonna play baseball. That's what he would do.
That's what he's gonna do.
And this Easter weekend, he will rise He will rise on the third day. He will retake his place at home plate, and he'll sock a fucking dinger.
That's right.
And
that's right.
Praise be to our good friend Ken Griffey Jr. Close
friend, close friend of the show. Big fan, comes on here all the time. Yeah, big fan.
Yeah, I'm sure he's. Well, I'll get him on the phone see if he's interested in coming on this year.
He's isn't he the MLB like president of like media relations or something now?
MLB. I know he was.
He works for the MLB now.
Oh yeah, you know what? I think I did see that. But I remember because he was head of relations for the Mariners for a little bit.
Is that the truth? Oh, I did not know that.
I shouldn't say head of relations. That's not even fair. It's like
maybe he was like ambassador.
I think ambassador is the word, but
yeah.
But I do not doubt that. I mean, look. Here we go. What is he doing? Oh, fuck you, USA Today. They hire him to. Oh, he's doing a like a diversity push for the MLB.
Oh yeah, like media outreach. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, still good. I mean, he's one of the only guys from the MLB ever who has like a perfectly solid record with the media.
Yes, that's very true, and also some sick fucking video games.
Yeah, dude. If I was in that press corps, I'd be like, okay, but so like. Do you know the secret code to like unlock the 1939?
I thought you were gonna be like, all right, so MLB The Show, it's canceled. We gotta just do Ken Griffey.
Everybody go pre-order MLB The Show next week. I will post my gamer tag in the description. Yeah. We can play some MLB The Show because I can finally get it on Xbox.
And it's cross-platform, baby.
All right, that's our show. Good night.
Call me Junior.